you're trying to get away. So you pop pills until you feel like it's still yesterday. You got your hands all tied up, trying not to lose the faith. How do you know what is real? Make sure you check on yourself. Try to make room for the good.
What's going on, guys? We're back in Bali here. I think it's day like 83, something like that. And yeah, gonna vlog again today. It's Saturday, and yeah, another beautiful day. Sunny Bali, got the rice fields. Clouds are in the sky, but things are looking good. Let's get into the day. Alrighty, made it to this spot called Dohini's. Maybe like 5-minute walk from my place. I've been coming here maybe like three, 4 times now. I was kind of getting in the routine where I was going to like the same places every time, and I realized I'm in Bali. I gotta change it up. So yeah, this has been one of the new finds. Got a little long block there. Gonna get into some reading. Really cool stuff there. And yeah, there's literally no one usually in this kind of air-conditioned zone here. So it's super cool. Just come here and read and chill and focus and start the day. So yeah, let's get into it.
Thanks. I know you get overwhelmed. Got to make room for the good things.
Alrighty, still got the Christmas going on at this place. But yeah, haven't talked about it in too much of the other videos, but one of the things I do pretty much every morning on the journaling side is called this thing called morning pages. And it was from the book, I think Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, I want to say. And what it is it's just like stream of consciousness journaling. So you literally just write pretty much anything that comes to mind, and then goal is to get about 3 pages, and just do that every day. And part of it is just kind of cleaning the cobwebs kind of off your brain in a sense. Clearing just the pipe of information, and really just kind of getting things out, maybe that are swirling around in your head, onto paper, and where you can actually see kind of what's going on, where your head's at, or where your kind of emotions at, what's going on there. And yeah, I've been doing that now for months, but that was the one kind of big thing. Or as soon as I found that format, I found it a lot easier just to journal every day. And it's crazy because yeah, journaling should be easy, but it's kind of tough, I think, too. It's easy to put pressure on yourself when you're like sitting down that, it needs to be a certain way or whatever. But the stream of consciousness, you literally just write whatever. So if you don't know what to write, nothing's coming around, you literally start writing like, I don't know what to write. This is stupid. Nothing's coming to mind, and then usually kind of past that one page or however long, your brain stays in that state, all of a sudden you start to kind of dig into these thoughts. So I usually do that right away. In the morning as soon as I can, usually with my first cup of coffee at a coffee shop kind of within the hour. But yeah, I'm still reading this Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. That's been absolutely transformational. Just getting through, I think, chapter 15 or 16 now, which is all about kind of your values, really getting clear on what are my values now and how are those affecting kind of my decisions and my life and kind of my direction. And then what are the values of kind of my dream self, and what are the values of my future self who's already accomplished, all of my long-term goals, has my family, has my business and all these things. So that's been super, super cool. So I was really digging into that yesterday. So you're gonna get into that a little bit more after this. But yeah, coffee number 1, feeling good. Speech is starting to slur a little bit less. And yeah, another beautiful sunny day in Bali, so no complaints. Alrighty, still at Dohini's here. Just had a second double espresso, long black. Yeah, getting used to this again. I still have this cold. I don't know, my energy still seems pretty low. I don't know what's going on there. I just got back into working out last couple of days, and then I woke up today with a yellow recovery score. So don't like to see that, but part of the game. But yeah, I just finished this journal session on the Tony Robbins around chapter 15, 16 of Awaken the Giant Within. And one of the kind of biggest takeaways was really uncovering where are your values now, and what are your number 1 value, your number 2 value, your number 3 value, kind of in order, and then how are those things affecting your decision making, your life direction, and those type of things. And then flipping into your future self, the one that has pretty much accomplished, everything you set out to accomplish, all of your long-term goals, what are the values that that person has? And, from where you are now to where you want to go, what are the values that you need to add to your list? What are the values you need to remove? And then what are the values that, are consistent between the two? And one of the biggest unlocks to me, this was actually one of the most powerful journaling sessions I've had in a while, was just realizing my number one value is freedom. And my number two value is security. And these are kind of my current value systems in terms of how I make decisions. And what I realized through this kind of writing exercise was, those are conflicting values. So I think a lot of kind of the internal conflict I experience is kind of, going forth between those two. But what I really realized is, having freedom as my number one value in terms of, how I make decisions and all those things, has actually been a massive limiter in a lot of capacities to my long-term goals, because as soon as I feel like my freedom is kind of at stake, usually, I can either, self-sabotage or just kind of start to go a different direction when I feel like my freedom is being sacrificed. When in reality, once I have my freedom, it's like, what do I want to do? Like, life isn't meant to be comfortable. I think we all need something that we're actually doing. And for me, when I have, 100% of freedom, which usually means, zero responsibilities, it's really not, that's not the end goal that I'm really chasing. But when I have a lot of responsibilities and then I feel like my freedom is being kind of traded in that instance, then I start to want to remove those responsibilities and kind of get back to that state of pure freedom. But that really just creates this kind of running away. And what I'm realizing now, actually, even when I got into, smoking weed, and those type of things a lot, that was just me trying to give myself that freedom mentally. So yeah, a big part of this is in my future self, having responsibility and having those things is actually, such a blessing. And for my future self, he's got a lot of responsibility and he actually enjoys it, because I think, contribution and impact and those type of things are higher on the list for him. And so I'm really excited. One of the kind of clarity key takeaways is going to be, removing potentially freedom from that list and creating a new kind of number one value that, again, my future self would have, and leaning into that, because ultimately, having freedom as my number one value. So ultimately, having freedom as my number one value has helped me in the last, several years, because I wouldn't have learned, digital marketing. I wouldn't have learned e-commerce. I wouldn't have learned these skill sets that, can afford me the lifestyle of, living wherever I want, creating an income that's, really, really solid enough to, again, live comfortably anywhere in the world. I wouldn't have done that if freedom wasn't my number one value. And at an early age, I wouldn't have pursued, learning those skill sets and going that direction to open those doors. But now I'm really realizing kind of in this next phase of life how actually, having freedom as my number one value is actually, hindering me in a lot of ways. And even Tony Robbins talks about that in his own kind of learnings, because when he started this initial exercise of kind of confirming your values now, getting your values in the future, he talked about how freedom was one of his number one values, and how that was actually hindering his growth, because it kind of made him feel, I'll continue this again. All right, arms are getting sore. Trained push day yesterday. Only camera here is a battle. But Tony Robbins started as freedom as one of his number one values, but then quickly realized, he's actually more free than ever. He lives in a free country, United States, and has a lot of freedom. But, freedom being the number one value, and how he makes decisions and those type of things, he realized the same thing, where, running away, things that kind of made him feel constrained or felt like they were in conflict with that freedom, he realized it was kind of incorrect in terms of, the long-term vision and ultimately what he wanted to achieve. So he removed that freedom value off his list fully, and replaced it. And that actually made him feel more free than ever, because he wasn't, running away from anything that maybe felt like it was constricting that freedom. Because, again, freedom is such a state of mind, and so much of it is perspective. I think we're all very free, again, free will, especially in North America, any kind of first world country nowadays, as fortunate as we are to live in them. We have a lot of freedom. But having freedom is this value that's impacting, all of your life direction, your decisions, that can actually be really hindering in kind of the ways that I was mentioning, at least for myself. So super, super crazy cool journal session. That was one of the most powerful ones I've had, just to see how that freedom value being number one has served me up until this point in my life. But then also how it's actually hindered me in a lot of ways, and something that I want to shift in this next phase of my life as I move toward, my dream self and my, ultimately my long-term goals. So super cool, really, really powerful session here at Doheny's second cup of coffee now for 4 espresso shots in. So starting to get there. But yeah, thanks so much for listening, and let's jump into the rest of the day here. Alrighty, just got done at Doheny's, waking up, starting the day. Nice Saturday, sunny Saturday, back on the road. So yeah, nice little walk back to the place here, maybe 5-6 minutes. And yeah, gonna get into the rest of the day.
Trying to live the dream, but forgot what I wrote. The highs and the lows as they come and they go. And it's kind of bittersweet, cause I know what I know. It's not what I want, cause that's what I know. Keep my head on the swivel everywhere that I go. Flick a coin in the well, hoping I can get home. Took a moment to myself, needed to be alone, but it didn't last long.
All right, just made it back to the place, about 10 a.m. now. Yeah, got a nice little kickstart on the day. Normally I'm still sleeping, but yeah, day's shaping up. Get another sunny day. Weather's been actually way more consistent. We're kind of coming out of the rainy season, I believe now. It's been pretty warm. I was supposed to surf this morning with a buddy around 10 at Echo Beach, but this guy got ear infection or ear cut or something like that, so had to cancel the surf. But I still want to get more into the surfing. I think that's a really, really cool part of being out in Bali here is the surf. But yeah, gonna chill here for a little bit now. Let this coffee kind of further kick in, get the caffeine in the veins, and then I think I'm gonna go to Sunday Kitchen. Really, really good brunch spot, not too far away. Rip the scooter over there, and then yeah, keep the day going from there. So let's jump in. Alrighty, we're back in the vlogs. So yeah, if anyone is new here, really what the purpose of me filming these videos are is just kind of documenting my own journey. I moved abroad about 6 months ago. I've been pretty much working on personal development for as long as I can remember. Really just, designing my dream life, and ultimately just, using this time on earth as valuably as I can, and really just, discovering the things that I love and filling my life with those things. So Bali's been absolutely amazing. This was my second time. First time visiting here was 2019 when I exited my first business, and was kind of back in that phase of, what do I want to do in my life, and what's the bigger picture. And now, yeah, earlier about mid 2024, I had always wanted to move abroad, always wanted to live somewhere else. And yeah, I just never liked the idea of, running your life in the defaults that you're born into. So for instance, if you're born in a certain place, I think it is just, there's so much more life to live, I think, when you get out of that. And maybe if you have certain friends or certain skills, or you always did something for work, or maybe your parents, whatever industry they were in that you were going to go into, and all these things. I always think it's, at least for me, it's been really, really important to always be kind of expanding, put myself in situations, and from my perspective, really, provide surface area to new things, and to really discover, what is it that I really love, not that what is, easy, like, is the country that I love. For me, I'm from Canada. Am I living in Canada because it's the best place on earth that I've ever visited, or am I living there because I was born there? And is it the skill set I'm working on, the business I'm working on? Is it the same thing? Am I doing that thing because it's my all-time favorite, best thing ever? Or am I doing that because simply it was, my first passion, or, my first hobby, or like whatever it was? I think for me, it's been such a big part of growth in my life, to really, keep expanding, and then choose the things, after I've, again, had surface area to really find, okay, validation of the new things I love. So for instance, traveling abroad and living abroad, when I was sitting back in my place in Vancouver, it just was always such kind of a dream, but it just felt so far away, and the risk seemed to always kind of outweigh the reward. For context, I had pretty much accomplished all of my material goals. Last year I made more money than I have in my life. made the most kind of financially successful year that I'd had. And I had all these things. I had my dream penthouse overlooking beautiful Vancouver, BC. I had my dream truck, Tacoma TRD Pro, dream mountain bike, dream lifestyle, working 3-4 hours a day, biking on the best bike trails ever, pretty much in the world, in North Vancouver and all that stuff. And yeah, I just wasn't happy. And I think I was just kind of getting caught up in this Western lifestyle of, just consuming. And I think, filling my life more with things than, experiences and those type of things. So ultimately I had some kind of life circumstances change, and it gave me the opportunity to really kind of reevaluate and finally, take the leap into traveling. So started off in Mexico, had a rough start to living abroad. I think I've shared that in other videos. But then about 3 months ago now, I came back to Bali, and I've been absolutely loving it out here. So this is going to be my new home base for the foreseeable future. And really just, the purpose of this channel and the purpose of me making this videos is just, me documenting myself, chasing and pursuing the highest version of myself, building my dream life, building my dream self, stepping into that and everything that comes with it. And ultimately, my goal with this channel is just to share the life lessons, share the experiences, the breakthroughs that, I'm learning in real time with other people. And, so much of what I've learned in my life has all been through YouTube videos, and a lot of it's been self-taught. So, this is also a way for me to kind of feel like I can give back. Now that I feel like I've gotten to a place in my life where, I've created circumstances that, for other people is such a dream, whether, be having these kind of dream material things that you wanted, or just having this, dream lifestyle of, living anywhere in the world that you want, and working online and building a remote business. So, I kind of feel like it's, my time to speak and, just share my experiences and my perspective. So, thanks so much. If you're listening to this right now and watching this video, really means a lot to me. And, again, I'm really hopeful that, there's at least one thing you can get out of this as I kind of share my own breakthroughs, with the biggest one today being really discovering my value system, based on this Tony Robbins book that I'm reading, and, just discovering how that value system has affected my decisions, both in the past and the present and the future. And the discovering the value system of my future self was all my long-term goals completed, and the values that guy has, and how he lives his life, and really deciding on my value system today. What values are missing, what values are, number 1, number 2, number 3, and ultimately moving toward that future version of myself in today, and shifting my values and living to new values. So huge unlock this morning in my journaling session, which I just covered, I think, in the last clip, if you're watching this in order. And now I'm going to chill here for a little bit. Take it easy. Still feeling a little bit under the weather. I just got back into working out. I got into running as well, so I've been working out twice a day. I've been working out weightlifting still 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. Then now I'm running 5Ks pretty much most days. Really want to build up my running, just get my body used to it. So I've been doing that. But I did get sick. All my energy got nuked, and I was pretty tired. So had a green day yesterday on my Whoop score, which I was psyched on. But worked out like 2.5 hours, probably all in, and feeling a little sluggish again today. Four espresso shots have definitely helped that, and just going to keep getting hydrated and bring the camera along today. So thanks so much, guys. Let's get into the rest of the day.
I roll up and smoke this weed for hours. I done some things that I'm not proud of. Mama calling, phone is ringing louder. I think that I need it, but I doubt it. How can I be clouded when the blessings coming in? How do I get around it when those feelings come again? They say peace take practice, but you gotta let it in. Perfection is perception, so I hope you listening.
Make sure you check on yourself. Try to make room for the good things. I know you get over.
All right, made it to Sunday Kitchen. Getting some work done here. This spot is crazy for food. It's looking like maybe a little bit of rain is coming outside, but it's really quiet today. Pretty much no one in here, which is nice for me. But gonna get breakfast here. Usually get here 3-4 times a week for breakfast. I find it's one of the best in Bali for breakfast. Coffee's actually really good here as well. Hopping into this video here. trying to figure this out and working on a couple other things. So gonna post up here, first meal of the day, wait about an hour and a half maybe, and then get a workout in around 1ish. So yeah, let's get into it.
Got to make room for the good things. I know you're trying to get.
All right, it's gonna be super loud, but yeah, just finished a sick meal at Sunday Kitchen. Got a new book, the Socrates, How to Think Like Socrates, something like that. So yeah, gonna find the ped now and get back home. Alrighty, just got back to the place here and found this. This is How to Think Like Socrates, one of the Stoic guys, Stoic philosopher from the Roman Empire kind of time. And another book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, is in line with that. I really like reading these Stoic books. There's just so much value that, you know, the way these guys were living and their perspectives, outlooks on life that are just universal and just so contextual to even right now. I found out about this book by this guy, Julian Petroulis, I think his name is, on YouTube. If you haven't seen his stuff yet, definitely check it out. But he's like one of my muses of, like, you know, eventually how I'd like my life to be and who I want to become. And you know, self-made multi-millionaire, and that's where I actually first heard about this book. He was talking about it in terms of using these principles to kind of help him in his life. So saw that in this new bookstore I found, and decided to cop it. Yeah, one of the things I'm trying to do now in Bali is just change it up a little bit more. I was kind of getting stuck in a routine where I was going to the same places a lot of the time, even around the same time of day. And as much as I do enjoy routine, it's one of those things that, like, you're in a brand new place. Like, I'm being in Bali, there's just so much I haven't seen yet. So to limit myself by going to the same places, you know, over and over again, I think it's just cutting Bali so short. So I've made an effort to kind of do more walks, just kind of, you know, follow my curiosity to see a place, go into it, check it out. So yeah, found this bookstore, drove by it multiple times now, and just decided to go for a little walk after breakfast there, and ended up copping a sick book and finding a place to get more journals and stuff too if I do run out. So yeah, sick unlock. Gym time, let's go.
My seed and live my dream and stay low key like drama free. They come from me, I pay that fee like what you get is what you see. No cap on me, like hate on me. I throw that peace sign. How you feel? I do not relay. Downtown kid, I'm a New York nigga with a chip like that. Gotta move on, let go, cause you really can't live like that. Had to cool off, stay home, so I really don't trip like that. Wear that shoe cause it fit like that. B-side cruise in a whip like, oh, I don't want nothing today. I have got nothing to say. Don't ask for nothing today. Me and my cup on the bay. I don't want supper today. Don't hit me talking that shit. You tell that man in his face. I am not having a fit. I am just setting the pace. You only getting a taste. Yeah. Spring coming in. I love to see it. It's a better day. Hot summer. Get the bread and butter. Then I get away. Leaves falling on the lawn. There ain't nothing wrong. Fall turn to winter. Winners take it all. Waking up at dawn just so we could ball. Yeah. You show me love, I show it back. You be your friend, I got your back. I play the song, you like, oh, this slap. Pull up at the crib, we sippin' paunchy liquor in the back. And I say, yo, mi casa, es su casa. Lil' mama, yeah, love me proper. Yo, mi casa, es su casa. No imposters, may you prosper. Tryna go fishing cause that's something I always wanted to do. Sit by the river with all of my sisters and fuck with the view. Crazy how something so special to me don't mean nothing to you. I came from nothing to here, I don't got nothing to prove. I do not fuck with the rules, yeah, I am happy I'm getting it. And I ain't never had to change up. I do not listen to rhetoric, yeah, I know that I'm the same one. I swear the sun is...
Already just had a sick workout. Filmed a little bit, didn't film all of it. And then did a 45-minute cold, hot setup, like the sauna and the cold plunge. And then just gonna hop into a deep tissue massage and then going out for dinner. So yeah, still getting better at trying to get all these clips, but we're getting there. All right, back to smoke. We got Jordan. What's up? crazy crazy spot. We get some live music on. And yeah. Rip.